Hey man, welcome back to another episode of the 2Ballers podcast. We have finally made our return, and it's college basketball season. Personally, one of my favorite times of the year, along with the NBA. But it's college basketball season. We got a lot of teams to watch out for and a lot of players to watch out for. So we're gonna bring you that today. H2, let's start it off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back after a very long break, but we had to take care of some things. Now we're here, ready to give y'all another episode, some more content, and to talk about college hoops, which has been a pretty solid start. We've already had a lot of ranked matchups already to start the season off. Some teams that are, Final Four contenders so far look really good. I think some teams that come to mind early on is the way Duke has looked early on the season. And Houston looks like they're not going anywhere. Is this a year for Purdue? Like, is this the year that Purdue wins it all? They have the team. Um, it's just really, really exciting time. I mean, they basically you're not going a single day without basketball right now.
Not at
Like,
all. Not at all. I'll raise you one team that's been on my mind. Or actually, a couple teams: North Carolina and Louisville.
mm,
Michael Brown Jr. out of Louisville, their star freshman point guard. He went off for 29 against Kentucky in a ranked matchup, and then Caleb Wilson faced off against the number one ranked player in the high school class of 2025 and Darren Peterson, and that was a really good matchup. And I feel like with the amount of talent that's in this freshman class, this future draft class could set up to be some of the most talented players.
yeah, this freshman class is loaded, and they've definitely wasted no time making their impact at their prospective schools. And yeah, I'm just really excited for these more, power conference matchups. It's looking excited about like in a little over a month or so we'll start getting to conference season. Um, I'm just really looking forward to college. Looking forward to those big time matchups. We've already had a few already. We had Alabama St. John's. We had which was a very high scoring affair.
That was a
Where
really good game. Real good game.
where Alabama was able to just rip St. John's defense to shreds, and Rick Pitino was not happy at all after that game because Alabama was able to get whatever they wanted, and Alabama put up 103 on them.
Aiden Holloway and LeBaron Fadlon were killing it.
Yeah, I watch out for Alabama. Like they're always a scary team to play, especially when they get hot, especially from three. Like they're a scary team. I mean,
I definitely see them making a solid run in the SEC conference and throughout the SEC tournament and getting back in March Madness for sure. I'll
yeah,
raise you a team that's also been on my eye: BYU and AJ DeBenza.
ooh,
I
yeah,
mean, his impact. It Nothing needs to be said. We already know how talented he was coming out of high school, and I feel like he's only gotten better with him being at BYU and only him being a couple games in. I feel like he's been killing it. He's shown us what he showed us all throughout high school and how dominant he really is, and how much of an impact he really makes in that BYU offense.
BYU. In Kevin Young's second year as the head coach, bring previously he was in the NBA, bringing that pro style of basketball over to BYU, and the concepts that they're running really allowing AJ to be very, very successful so far, and going to
Yeah.
continue to be successful, and have him ready to play in the league right away. He's already playing in a pro style offense, being coached by someone who's been in the NBA, who knows what the NBA game is looking for.
I think they allow him, from what I've seen, they allow him to play within himself. They allow him to get to his spots. They run their offense through him, and I just feel like he's been able to make an impact at such a high level.
They still have Richie Saunders too, from a returner from last season who played part of that team that made to the Sweet 16. And BYU's only got
Hey, they
better.
also got Rob Wright at their point guard position.
Yeah, yeah. BYU's going to be scary in the Big 12. The Big 12 is going to be. That's going to be a gauntlet. Think about BYU, Houston, Arizona. Like they had a nice, impressive win to start the season off against Florida. You can never count Kansas out with Bill Self.
Oh yeah, never.
I know they struggled against North Carolina, but you can't really count out Bill Self in Kansas. Especially by conference season. You get to January, February, Bill Self is going to find a way to win some games. Like you,
Especially with their star player and Darren Peterson and how good he is. He been balling. Are there some other players you watching out for this season? Because I know I got a couple. I'm gonna give you two: Eli Ellis and Michi Johnson out of South Carolina. I'll say South Carolina is one of my teams. I'm gonna go. I like Georgia. They look good. I mean, they got Jacob Wilkins, the son of Dominique Wilkins, a high flying threat. Jeremiah Wilkinson, transfer from Cal. He's looked solid. Those are a couple teams I'm watching out for. Alabama, of course. Duke, of course. Tennessee, UConn, North Carolina, and Caleb Wilson. I feel like Caleb Wilson's already off to a hot start. I remember what he said in his interview after the Kansas game. He said he has a list of players and he's gonna try to go at every single game, and he did that. He did that against Darren Peterson, and he killed it. He's definitely one of the players I'm watching out for. And as North Carolina progresses throughout this season, I'm gonna definitely tap in with them and stay tuned in for sure. What about you?
I think I go on a point you made about UConn. UConn is going to be scary this year. Like they're a team that is motivated, and you give a coach like Dan Hurley some motivation after that second round exit against Florida. Now you may give him more of that drive to go win another championship again. Like you could tell he did not enjoy losing to Florida in the second round. He didn't really enjoy some of those losses they had last season, and they come out strong, and they're going to be a stronger team this year. Like
And
with
that's
Caribbean,
that's mainly because they know how good of a team they are. Like, hey, I'm gonna raise you this question: do we think Florida's gonna run it back?
no, no.
Ooh.
I,
Why?
they, they,
Why do you, why you say no?
I mean, they lost Walter Clayton, who was just a bucket for them. You lose Elijah Martin. Like, they lost some big pieces from that championship team. And I mean, don't get me wrong. You bring in Boogie Fland from Arkansas. You bring in the transfer guard from Princeton, Xavier Lee. Like you bring those guys in. Um, they lost their two best guards. And Walter Clayton was a bucket last year, especially in the tournament.
He surprised me. I didn't know about Walter Clayton till they started advancing the tournament. I'm like, oh, who is
Like he,
this?
yeah, like he made some shots last year where the play was broken down, and Walter Clayton was like, "I'm just gonna get a bucket." And I think we kind of saw that against Arizona where they didn't have that their go to guy. Like they're still trying to figure things out,
Mm.
which is okay.
It's early.
Right, but also people have to understand this is not the same Florida team. It's not easy to repeat, especially when you lose like key players like that.
To your point about Arizona, I think they might be a sleeper. They might be a sleeper team to come out and make some noise. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, they
Yeah,
got Cole Pete who had 30 against Florida, which
yeah,
I did not expect. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a freshman coming in to have as good of a performance as he had, it surprised me.
yeah. My thing with Arizona is they've always been good in the regular season. I'm a person who's like, I got to see them once they get in the tournament. That's where they struggled. They haven't been to an Elite Eight under Tommy Lloyd. They've always lost in the Sweet 16. They've done great in the regular season. Even as they have moved to the Big 12, they've still been very successful. But can they do it in March? Can they win the games in the tournament to make a really far run in the tournament? That's the thing I'm looking for in Arizona.
We know all the good teams will be good throughout the regular season. We know that for a fact. But then it's like, okay, you play good in the regular season, but then come tournament time, how will that affect your performance? And will you struggle or will you actually be as dominant as you have been in the regular season?
And I think another team to watch out for, I think two out of the Big Ten, and Indiana. Indiana can shoot the ball. They have a really good offense. Tucker DeVries transferred over from West Virginia. Derek DeVries, the new head coach there, he was very successful at Drake, and then he had an okay year at West Virginia. Had to deal with injuries, but he still found a way to keep him in the mix. And now you're at Indiana, where you have all the resources that you need, and he's proven to put together a pretty solid roster, and they can shoot the ball. That's something Indiana has struggled with in the past. Watch out for them in the Big Ten. I got a chance to see Illinois against Texas Tech, which is actually a really good game. I like Illinois. I actually like both of those teams, Illinois and Texas Tech, with JT Toppin. Texas Tech is gonna be right there in the Big 12 too.
Hey, Andres Stojakovic is nice too. I can't lie.
Yeah, he's nice. Brett Underwood's he tapped into the international guys, the two Ivisic brothers, Kylan Boswell back for another year. He looks really solid. Hummerkaus, Illinois is gonna be right there too. They've shown that Illinois at their peak, they can make it to the Elite Eight.
Do you think Duke is gonna make it back or possibly be in contention to win the championship?
Oh, absolutely. They have one of the
I mean,
best
we
coaches.
can't lose it. As a freshman, it's really impressive. But we already knew how talented he was.
Duke is one. They have one of the best coaches in the country, in John Shire. Like the way they're locked in offensively is just unbelievable. But I mean, what stands out to me is like their lane. You bring Caleb Foster back. You bring in the. They're only going to get better as the season goes along. All of John Shire's years as head coach at Duke, they've continually gotten better as the season has gone on. And they have gotten better each year under him. They've also advanced further in the tournament each year under him, which means they made it to the Final Four last year, which means the next step is seeing them Monday night in April competing for a national championship, where Duke, that's been a familiar place for Duke.
Already been as dominant of a program, and they've won multiple championships.
It's been since 2015 since the last time Duke won a national championship, which is crazy to think about. They've had a lot of good chances, but I think this is potentially a year that Duke gets to a national championship. I know it's early. I think we could potentially be looking at like a Duke Houston, Duke Purdue national championship game. I mean, both of those games seem like very epic national championship games. Like one's, we're talking about that. 10.
I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at.
I really like Houston and Kelvin Sampson.
They've always been good, like offensively and defensively. They just been a defensively sound team. They can really shoot the ball. They run their sets. They run their offense efficiently, and they're just a really solid team. They have a great foundation. They're just really good at basketball.
One thing about Houston teams, they're going to defend and they're going to rebound and they're going to be physical with you. They're going to make it tough on you. But they've definitely, over the past few years, they've gotten better offensively. They still have Emmanuel Sharp, Miles Uzan, Joseph Tugler. Houston's another team we're going to be talking about an Elite Eight, Final Four, potentially national championship. But I think going back to another team we were kind of talking about earlier, who I think is going to be right there with Duke to challenge them in the ACC is Louisville. You were talking about, Michael Brown.
I feel like he might be a sleeper come draft time. He's going to be one of them ones.
Like Pat Kelsey's put together a really, really good roster his second year at Louisville. And I guess it only makes sense that we talk about the other school in Kentucky, which is the University of Kentucky. I know lost to Louisville, but Kentucky
still definitely got some talent over there. They got Jasper Johnson over there. They got some real good talent over there.
They're gonna be really good. If we're gonna talk about Kentucky, I think we need to talk about their former head coach John Calipari, because it was a good roster at Arkansas.
Malik Thomas, DJ Wagner, Darius Acuff. We think they're gonna make? I know they're gonna make a deep run in the SEC tournament. Do you have them going far? I think they can make it.
I think they can make it. I think they can make it an Elite Eight run. I like that. Last season, Arkansas was literally one game away from going to Elite Eight. John Calipari was just piecing things together game by game. They're going to be really good. I think St. John's is going to be really good too with Rick Pitino.
I like St. John's. They got Ian Jackson over there. I've been a fan of Ian Jackson for a little minute. How do you feel about Michigan though?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Michigan. You bring in Elliot Cadeau, the transfer guard from North Carolina. You have Mora, the big fella who's like 7 feet. Like they have rim protection. Michigan's coming off a year last year in Dusty May's first year where they won the Big Ten, conference tournament. And had they had a better regular season, they probably would have had a better seed where they could have made run the tournament. So I wouldn't count out Michigan either. Look at Michigan State. Tom Izzo's always going to be good. Jeremy Fears is back for another year.
Cohen Carr's back.
Cohen Carr, yeah, yeah, he was. Woo! I had a chance to see Cohen play his freshman year when Michigan State played at Maryland. He had a dunk. And it's just amazing how high, like in person, like when you get to see how high he can get up there, like
It's crazy because when I be scrolling on Instagram and like TikTok and I be seeing clips of him dunk, like some of them dunks I be seeing are crazy.
yeah, yeah. And Tom Izzo, he's a Hall of Famer. Like his teams are going to be really good.
He's always made sure that Michigan State is good. Always.
Tom Izzo's another coach who's just able to piece things together. They might not be the most talented players all the time, but he's able to get the best out of his guys.
And I'll raise you a team that I still feel a little skeptical about, and that's Auburn. I mean, they bring back Todd Pettiford, they get Keyshawn Hall, but I feel like I don't know about Auburn.
Yeah, I don't know about Auburn. Yeah, I don't know about Auburn. I think they're gonna be okay this year. Yeah, I'm not high on Auburn.
I'm not either. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not either. I can't count out Todd Pettiford and how good of a player he is. Same goes for Keyshawn Hall. How good of a player they are or he is. I mean, it's kind of just up in the air, you know.
Yeah, it's early in the season. There'll be a lot more to talk about. But definitely, as we continue to watch games, continue more direct analysis.
And man, like H2 said, it's early, but college basketball season is back. We're back after our long-awaited return. It feels good to be back. So we're gonna keep dropping this content for y'all. So definitely stay tuned. You don't want to miss anything. We're not going anywhere. We're back, and this has been episode 6 of the 2Ballers podcast. Stay tuned for more content on the way, and that's all I got from me and H2. So we out, man.
We out.
We out.